your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind.
And the government's ordered an investigation into a rape.
G'day YouTube and everyone out there. So I'm going to do a quick rant on explaining a few other things. So everyone through the subconscious already knows everything that I'm going to tell you right now. It's just, and through the superconscious is always there, but the conscious mind is the one that doesn't relay anything to you. That is the actual fact of what reality is. For example, if you think about the way that we're pushed in life through trends and quotes that we use in everyday life, like I said in my last video, life's a game, man. Yeah, your game, everything like that turns out from game, right? So you've got in your life right now all these other quotes that are around you that actually tells you that the world is made of consciousness energy and that you run from a frequency of energy, and all you are is a singularity of the full one collective consciousness of the full one. So you look at the sayings I'm going to say. Oh man, that person gives you bad vibes. That person gives you good vibes. Hey man, we're on the same wavelength. You get what I'm saying? All these things are corresponding to you already knowing that through the subconscious that everything is already frequency in reality. So you have the natural, like if you look at the natural release of DMT, you're actually experiencing what you should at the beginning of your birth and the beginning of death. Now, with the DMT on this, I'm going to explain about DMT. So with DMT, what it is the natural ability of yourself to log in and log out, but we lose all ability of how to know how to do it, etc., unless you connect through consciousness and reawaken all that, the ability of the procedure to understand of how you can do it. So you're looking at the reality of looking at the DMT. You use DMT when you come into the world when you're born, okay? That's the only time you use it. Then you store it all the way through your life, and then when you die, so if you were going to get bitten by a shark or anything like that, your consciousness energy of the singularity through the DMT release through the pineal gland and the pituitary gland, through the connection of Christ consciousness through the Christ energy through the Christ eye or the violet chakra, connecting to the full consciousness of one, you eject out of your body before feeling any pain. So if that shark was about to rip down and its teeth were about to go into you, your body would have already used its natural DMT to eject the consciousness back into the main consciousness, ready for you to recycle into the next evolution of the game, or whatever you choose for your next avatar. So that's what that's all about with that. So we're looking at everything in reality is already physical. Everything that is already physical is made from consciousness energy. We all know that. The Mandela effect, people know that we're full of 100% consciousness, and that's it. People ask me and say, oh, well, that's a theory. No, it's not really a theory anymore, because if you look at science themselves right now, you'll figure out that they themselves are actually starting to say the stuff that I know, but I know a lot more than what they're saying right now. But consciousness does manifest a physical reality. There's nothing that ever exists, and only reason that you think it's physical is by the vibrational sensors around you, the human resonance frequency, cymatics, the endocrine system, and your emotional field energies of the body mixed with the avatar sensors allows you to feel and see everything physical and solid to the touch. But in reality, you're made of everything else that's around you exactly the same. Just inside the matrix, we have a different name for different things and different procedures of it. So now we're talking about how to connect to the consciousness, okay? So you want to open up your thought initiative programming and your imagination, and you want to connect by feeling the energy flow, opening up your violet chakra on the front of your head, and you want to feel your connection through to consciousness. And then all you've got to do is you have to remember who you are, not what you are in the matrix, what you are as a full, pure soul light being. And that's how you get your remembering. And that's how you go into a thing called divine knowing. And when you're in divine knowing, everything that you know is the connection to the one, and everything that you are told is exactly how everything is. And you get to stand with God. Basically, that's how you feel. You are with God in the divine. There's no divine love that you could ever feel possible to the creation of what you feel when you're in the connection of the knowings. So that's what that is. With all this drugs, right? So the reason why I said about DMT before is, well, you look at the way that society's created, okay? Society at the moment is created so drug influence are everywhere. Now, people out there can say, oh, because of the war on drugs and the war on terror. What a load of shit. The fact is, if we didn't want drugs, they could stop them importing them into the country and that, but the government makes money off drugs. That's the plain simple thing of that. But that's not where I'm going. What I'm talking about here is, why is there such a big trend in the consciousness collective of the manifested physical fake matrix all got trends of these drugs? Why is it all pushing for people to use drugs, okay? So what happens is, when you get on drugs, it actually allows you to open up your consciousness connection through to the one. So, but the problem is, it's only a temporary connection to what you really can do. It's just it's more of a hint for you to use a drug, for you to be able to get in contact with the one consciousness of God. Because everything in the reality is just hints and put in there like puzzles and that you have to figure out yourself. So drugs are put here to teach you the understanding of that you yourself have to release the DMT in your brain for the actual connection of consciousness to get strong and allow you to get in contact with God and find out who God is. This is why consciousness keeps spilling all these new drugs and everything, right? Everyone in Australia at the moment's on fucking ice. So everyone's walking around in a daze, but they're actually in a connection to consciousness, learning that they have to take a drug later on to be able to get in contact with God. There's no imperfection inside of the matrix plane. It's all put here for communication from the one pure source of creational consciousness to let us manifest the knowing of what it is really all about. The reason why you have things like crossword puzzles, and everything else that's puzzles in this game is to also teach you that everything inside of this matrix is a puzzle, and it's not just self-explanatory straight out to you. You actually have to do some study, some research, and you have to connect the dots to understand the full workings of inside of the matrix and all the programming inside of the matrix. And without connecting the dots, you're never going to find out anything of what really exists. So you got the DMT, you've got the crosses, you've got the chessboard game, you've got the duality laws. All these things that I'm bringing to you are all what I've been fed 100% from consciousness. I've seen my own miracle. I won't go into that, but I've had family witness it too. So, but you got to release the DMT. And once you can release the DMT naturally through meditation and through your connection to consciousness, you will then be in contact with the one, and you will find out really what God is, as God is nothing but the positive creational consciousness energy and the negative creational consciousness energy that's combined to make the neutral energy itself. And that neutral energy is what God is. It's just the intentions, like I said before, of the practitioner or user that allow that consciousness energy to be manifested that way into the physical reality for the desire of that person or the practitioner. So that's all that is. So that's what I'll leave it at for now. So thanks, and I hope you enjoyed listening, and God bless, brothers and sisters. Peace.